Hello everyone, it's Mitz. Welcome back to my channel. Today you are on my table, because we're doing a craft. We're gonna make an LPS skirt that looks something like this. Okay. I don't know if anybody else made this DIY this specific way before, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I pretty much came up with this, so I wanted to share it with you guys. This is how the skirt looks of the LPS. What's special about this one is that it requires no sewing, no glue, nothing like that, just very, very simple materials. So we're just gonna hop right into it. The materials that we're going to need today are this sort of wire. This is a pretty thin one. I think it's 24 gauge. The bigger the numbers, the thinner the wire is going to be, so it can't be too thin because then it's going to fall apart. We're going to need a piece of fabric. I just got some fabric scraps laying around in my house, so I recommend using something this thin, like a pretty thin fabric. And of course, we're going to need some type of scissors. And I have a separate pair of scissors that I'm going to cut the wire with. Now, the reason I have this is because cutting wires with regular scissors is very bad for the scissors, and these are old ones. I recommend using a wire cutter for this if you don't want to ruin your scissors, because it's not very recommended. So we have our fabric, our scissors, and our wire cutters or old scissors. And I'm going to do kind of a shortcut here by using those old scissors also as needle nose pliers, whatever you call those in your house. I would highly recommend using those to bend the wire and not regular scissors, because that's not very smart. But I don't really want to go look for my pliers, so we're just going to hop right into it. I'm going to start by cutting my wire, and the length varies from LPS to LPS because they have different bodies. So if you want something that's versatile for all of your pets, I would recommend going for something that's longer, so you don't end up having a skirt that's too short. This is kind of the length that I'm gonna be working with, and I'm definitely gonna be cutting off a lot of this. So again, the longer wire, if you have any mistakes, you can just cut them off. That's better. And I'm going to create a loop using my scissors. If you have pliers, I would rather do this with pliers because it's much safer and better. You're going to want to get something like this shape right here, and make sure it's tight and does not fall apart. We've created sort of a needle with this shape, and we are going to use this to make the base of our skirt. So I'm just cutting a big rectangle, a long rectangle out of this fabric. What I'm going to do right now is take this and start threading it into the fabric. This fabric, I folded it in half. You can use a iron if you like, but I just folded it in half, and I'm going to start threading it into both layers of the fabric and pull it from the other side. Now I'm going to repeat this on the other side of the fabric, just like this, until I get sort of a ruffle shape, like sort of ruffles that you would see on a real skirt, like this. And I'm going to do this all the way down to the other side of the fabric, or until the wire is over. It should look something like this. Kind of like sewing, but not really. So what you're gonna do right now is start pushing this part of the fabric back to create these ruffles. So, just like this. And then we have a bunch of ruffles. And then we're just gonna start preparing to make this into the final part of the skirt. So we're gonna make it into an arch. And if I like this length, which I think I do, I'm just gonna cut it over here. But before I do, I'm going to create a loop in the end, just like we did before. After I have my loop, I'm just gonna cut the excess wire off, like that. And that's it. That's what the LPS skirt looks like without the LPS. I'm gonna show you how it looks on an LPS. You kind of wrap it around because it's a wire, so it's flexible. So it's perfectly safe to put on your OBS. It's not going to damage them. There we go. This is what it looks like in the end. Now, it might take a few practice rounds, because this is not the skirt, like the first skirt that I made. I made a bunch to really get good at it. Using the right fabric is very, very important. Use a thin fabric, don't use a fabric that's too tough, because then the wire is not gonna poke through. And just have fun. I would really love to know if you tried this, how it turned out, and yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.